Hi, and welcome to the Penalty Box.
If you are firm and you are sure that you can move and you can score.
I'm Peter Clotte, and today in the Penalty Box we have a review of the intense match between the Ghanaian Black Stars and the US men's national team. My Penalty Box experts are here, and today we'll look at how they fared yesterday as the US men's national team came on top of the Ghanaian Black Stars. They didn't shine too well last night. Well, Penalty Box expert, what do you think? It was an exhilarating match. You had everything in it. The weather was affecting both teams, but they played extremely well. What say you?
Might have affected all the hamstrings that got injured in that game last night. That was the word of the night. Despite the fact that the U.S. won, which puts them in great position in the group, the health of that team is really something that is going to be a factor down the road. I mean, who knows if Altidore is going to be able to come back and be fully healthy, and they need him. No one else can really play that position. Johansson didn't play it that well last night after he came in as a substitution. He was probably the lesser of the substitutes that came in after the fact. So that's going to be a big deal coming down the road. What do you guys think?
Shout out for Klinsmann, the German tactician for the USA. He brings in two substitutes in the second half, and Zusi and Brooks, and they combine for the winning goal. And as I told a few colleagues, it always helps to be 6 feet 4 inches tall when those corner kicks come across.
Yeah, I mean, good for Brooks, who scored the game-winning goal. Good for Klinsmann. But let me tell you something. Neither of these teams looked like second-round teams to me last night. And yes, we know that Portugal got obliterated by Germany yesterday. But I'm telling you, I'm Cristiano Ronaldo, and I looked at what the U.S. and Ghana gave yesterday, and I would feel a lot better about my chances of reaching the second round than I did just after the Germany-Portugal match. I mean, neither of those sides played particularly well. And yes, Tony, you're right. I mean, there were the cramps. I mean, those guys are going to be needing a lot of bananas, a lot of potassium after this match, because I'm telling you, the humidity apparently was brutal, absolutely brutal in Natal. But
going to be worse.
You know, the Americans scored an early goal. They basically sat back. They had some spent 80 minutes, trying to do some awkward clearances. Ghana had a ton of opportunities. It just kept sending a lot of long balls forward, trying to catch the Americans napping. They almost did a couple of times,
That early goal by Dempsey, I think it was like within the first 30 seconds of the match. I thought the Ghanaian defense was kind of asleep when he scored.
Well, I think what they did was to take the U.S. Striking force lightly. If you saw through the entire match, they took them for granted. You don't do that at the height of the World Cup. You just don't do that. If you do that, you'll be punished. And they were punished. I mean, 30 seconds, they were literally asleep. Now, it took the Ghanaian team about 15 minutes to start warming up to the game. And then it was wave after wave. But you have to take your chances. And if you don't take your chances, you lose. It's as simple as that.
Of course, you saw, too, one of the U.S.'s specialties on the soccer field is running out of set pieces. I mean, both of the goals they scored last night early in the game, you're running set pieces, and out of that great corner kick, too, was a set piece.
Now,
so they took advantage of those
Klinsmann
opportunities.
said one thing that most people probably didn't hear, but he said they practiced set pieces for a very long time. So it became routine for them. Now, when it becomes routine for you, you can just score. I mean, you can have your eyes closed and score because it's part of it.
Yeah, but Peter, a big part of the game is defending as well. And you could pretty much see from the beginning of the game, let me be honest, I'm going to speak for myself, but I didn't think it was going to be a clean sheet for the U.S. at all. I mean, you could see Asamoah especially giving on the near side as the Ghanaians were moving right to left on our screen, giving the American defense a ton of trouble. Of course, there was that glorious combination that led to the Ghanaian goal in the 82nd minute, the little back heel kick by John there. I mean, honestly, if the Ghanaians had played that game, I played that way the entire match instead of, trying to sense a couple of long balls forward, trying to catch the Americans napping, which they very nearly did, to their credit. They might very well have won that match.
And when IU scored, I really thought the whole complexion of the game had changed. I thought the Black Stars were going to score a second goal after that.
But you could clearly tell that it was the U.S.'s determination not to lose. I mean, they came out with the way Klinsmann arranged his team. He knew the Ghanaians would be coming at them wave after wave. So he said, Well, why don't you catch them while they are asleep? Why don't you use the set pieces and just win the game? And that is what he admitted that he was a bit nervous. But hey, who wouldn't be nervous when a team is coming at you 90 minutes of the game?
And they used the fresh legs that they could when they could.
Yes, that was a very, very good use of substitution. I'm with you guys on that. Absolutely.
And a quick look ahead, Ghana now goes against the German machine, while the USA, I think, will be facing a weakened Portugal. Pepe's out with a red card, and they don't look very good at this point.
They don't look very good, but the question is, are they facing a wounded lion also? And I mean, are they going to be fighting a demoralized Portuguese team, or a team that is going to want to show its fans it can play substantially better than it did yesterday?
Well, you can't take any game for granted at the World Cup. Folks, thank you for coming. This is about all time will permit us for today. I'm Peter Clotty. Bye for now.
Dribble, kick it, dribble, kick it, dribble.